Surviving Mars is one of the best colony builder games from Paradox Interactive, so when I heard they were remastering the game, I was a bit surprised. I mean, the game came out in 2018, so I guess we are okay with remasters of games that aren't typically thought of as an old game. I mean, less than a decade after release. But no, something led me to believe this wasn't just a project that was supposed to be a simple remaster. No shade to Haemimont Games, I think they are one of the best game devs making strategy games right now. I genuinely think so. And they have some great ideas to bring to Surviving Mars Relaunched. I can't help feeling that Surviving Mars Relaunch was supposed to have been Surviving Mars 2. I mean, you wouldn't typically think people would remaster a game so recent, right? But a sequel makes sense. I believe this had to have been pitched as a Surviving Mars 2 to Paradox Interactive, who owns the IP, even though it was developed by Haemimont Games. Haemimont had cool ideas and Paradox wanted new titles to bolster its rather sparse lineup of new games, so they wanted to make Surviving Mars 2 where you could actually declare independent from your sponsor, from Earth, and take the game into more of a political simulation game. Since we have seen sequels such as Frostpunk 2 going deeper into political gameplay elements rather than expanding on the city building. Both Paradox and Haemimont just very recently gave a bit more detail into why they are doing this remaster, or they're calling it a relaunch, and apparently they just wanted to produce new content for the existing game, like an expansion. So one thing led to another, they moved the game to a new engine and they realized, well, it had to be relaunched. But I do think at some point in their discussions on what this content should be, a sequel was probably considered and then quite quickly, thrown out of the window. Because Paradox was probably nervous about making sequels to popular games under their stable, like that certain city builder sequel that shall not be named, and how we dropped the ball completely on Paradox's most profitable published game. So yeah, they settle on doing a remaster of sorts. I mean, technically they're calling it a relaunch, but really relaunch, remaster, it's still the same. It's a remaster of an older game. And remasters are all the rage these days, right? And it makes as much money as a new game. So why make a sequel that's risky and more costly? They could just save time and money with a remaster and make a good chunk of money in the process. At the end of the day, Surviving Mars is a great game and a remaster is an easy win for them. Paradox will get what they want, Haemimont would get what they want. Besides, the whole humanity in Mars is a trend that will grow over the coming years, for sure, since we have real efforts to get us to Mars. I mean, we've seen a ton of Mars games for sure these past 2 years, and I'm just afraid we'd get Mars fatigue. By the way, speaking about Mars games, Mars Tactics looks like a great little game, really looking forward to that one. Now, I'm not against Surviving Mars Relaunched, and I will likely get this game because yes, I liked Surviving Mars. It looks, and I think it will run way better on my computer today. Relaunched is, as I said, rebuilt on their updated engine that Haemimont owns. The last two games they did was Jagged Alliance 3, and then there was that, was it? Alien Planet survival game thingy, Alien Planet Dawn or New Dawn or something. Actually a good game with a title that's very easy to forget because it's just so generic. Haemimont makes great games, but maybe not with the best names. So while for the most part Surviving Mars Relaunch is the same game in terms of mechanics, they are adding new things as I mentioned. The new independent Mars endgame and new political machinations with the Mars assembly. It's not as dramatic as say the Total Recall movie ending,
Get your ass to Mars.
No, you just have to purchase your independence from your sponsor. It's a money game. Now, I don't know if there will be any hidden gameplay stuff they have not talked about with this endgame. Probably there is, but I don't think there will be any violence per se, which is a bit disappointing, I guess. But it does come with all the DLCs for Surviving Mars, of which there are quite a few that added some significant gameplay features like underground colonies or Mars terraforming, turning the red planet to a green planet. The whole thing just reminded me of a common complaint us gamers have, that these days the only good games are the old ones being remade or remastered. I know, it's probably a bit of an exaggeration, but point being, remasters are big business, and when game development costs go into millions, hundreds of millions, putting out something that already has a solid reputation for being good, half of your marketing is already done there. You get word of mouth and you will get good reviews or impressions as well. Unless they really messed up the remaster by not including something huge or making a worse version than the original. Don't think that's never been done before, and even big, massive corporations have totally dropped the ball there. But in the grand scheme of things, remasters are a bit more of a safe bet than making a new game or even a sequel. Haemimont Games has also hinted that they may make even more newer content for the relaunch version of the game, so maybe more things to look forward to in the near future. Surviving Mars Relaunched launches on November 10th at $39.99 US for the standard edition, and there is a $59.99 Ultimate Edition. You get a 50% discount for either editions if you own the original Surviving Mars. Pretty cool idea. Anyway, do tell me, will you be getting Surviving Mars Relaunched? What do you think of a remaster of a game released in 2018, or do you not consider this as a remaster and you buy the whole thing that this is a relaunch? Only 7 years after release, mind you. I did a video about another Paradox Interactive game. In fact, it's their first game, Europa Universalis, and I wondered whether it was still worth playing it in 2025. Watch that video over here. Thanks for watching and farewell, noble friends.